Today's video is going to be on how women are like cats. I had this friend, let's call her Stevie, and Stevie had three cats. It sounds like a maths equation. I'm not, I'm not doing very well at this, but bear with me. Stevie had three cats, and I hated cats. My mom was or is allergic to cats, and my dad just doesn't like cats either. So I never really grew up around any cats, so I just assumed they were terrible and that they were like the worst thing ever. So I went on many sleepovers to Stevie's house, and naturally, you're going to have a few occurrences with each and every one of her cats. So every time I saw her cat, I would usually run and hide. But eventually, as I grew up, I became a little bit less scared of them, but I was still uninterested with them. But the difference was that the cats would always be drawn to me. They wouldn't really go to any of Stevie's other friends. They would always come to me. I always thought this very weird, but I never really questioned it until I really get to see the similarities of women and cats. So Stevie's cats would always come and approach me. I'd always freak out, but as I got older, I began to get used to that. And they would come and suss me out, and then they'd leave, and then they'd come back, and then maybe they'd look at me and then come around and then they'd leave, and then they'd come in again, and they'd brush their self along my legs, and then they'd leave, and then they'd come back, and then they'd just jump on my lap, and then they'd be purring and their tail would be up. That's exactly like women. If you come on too strong with women, they run away. If you come on too strong with cats, they run away. If you try to pet a cat without its consent, let's say, without its consent, they will run away. And then if you chase them, they'll run even further away. You scare it off. So women are the same. If you come on too strong, if you start, the first thing you say to her is, "Oh, can I get your number?" She's not going to give you her number, is she? If she's not showed any attraction prior to that, she's not going to give you her number. It's quite obvious. So I'm hoping you can already see the similarity of, if you come on too strong, well then they're not gonna reciprocate, and they're gonna kind of close up to you. Now I have an example of when I was with this girl, and she was singing a song, and she had her hand in front of her face, like she was singing, and she had a microphone in her hand, and she was singing a song, singing parts of the song, and then when she'd stop, and then she'd put the microphone to me, and then I'd simply grab her arm and then put it back to where she was, and she kept doing this, and I just kept doing that, and then like it kept going and going and going. I probably would never have stopped until I just kind of broke it, but she kept coming on, even though I wasn't reciprocating the same amount of interest. I wasn't coming on too strong. I wasn't singing the song. If I sung the song, she would have stopped. Simple as that. But because I was not giving her, let's say, the same amount of attention, she kept wanting more. She kept, let's say, chasing me. So instead of me coming on too strong and then she going away, it was the other way around. But I was doing something else. I wasn't very interested in what she had to do. So this is a funny interaction. I found it quite funny, but it ties into this. I wasn't chasing her, she was chasing me. It's like the cat. I wasn't interested in the cat chased me. I showed no interest in her little singing thing, and she kept doing it. She kept chasing me. I showed no interest in the cat kept chasing me. See how it works. So if you show less interest, the more attraction will be built. The more she will chase you. You might be thinking, but oh, what if I really like her? If you really like her, the best thing I can tell you is to suppress your feelings for her. Limit them. Act like you think that she's attractive, okay? That's it. You shouldn't be fantasizing or staring at her or any of that stuff. You shouldn't think about her. You shouldn't put her on a pedestal. You shouldn't think that she's amazing. If she is, great. But if she's not showing that same amount of attraction, well, there's that difference where you're chasing her more than she's chasing you. You're here, she's here. That is ultimately going to lead to you chasing her and she going away. So what you want to do is show less interest, show less attraction, show that your feelings are more unclear. Girls are more attracted to you when your feelings are unclear. That's why when I get a girl's number, I don't message or call her for until the next week. That shows that my level of interest is not too high. It makes her wonder about me and think about me more and chase me more. You have to show that indifference, that you're the more masculine one, you have options, you're here, she's chasing you, she has that high level of attraction, and obviously it doesn't work all the time. Some girls are just going to lose attraction for various reasons, but this is how it will be majority of the time. She's chasing you, you're down here with your level of interest. She's putting more effort into the relationship or into the attraction. So if you really like her, suppress your feelings, suppress your emotions, because you won't build any attraction if you're chasing her. But if you have strong feelings for this girl, the easiest thing to do is to just forget her. And it's a very hard thing to do when you like a girl. I know a lot of people now who've messed up with girls. Like one of my friends, he's messed up with this girl, and he's accepted that, but he's still really into her, and he's like, "Oh, I won't. I still like her until I like another girl, until another girl shows up," which is the wrong way to go about it anyway. But that's the best thing you can do. Try and forget all about this girl. Completely kill your emotions. Take yourself out of that situation. If you've already messed up and you've already been chasing her, that's the best thing you can do. If you can suppress your emotions, by all means, do that. But it is a lot harder than just completely cutting her out. Because if you remove yourself, she'll be like, "What?" And then she'll crave you more. That is the best thing you can do. For example, when I was really into this girl, completely messed up everything. Every step I did wrong. I tried to be her friend. I was chasing her too much. I was trying to add her snap like every day. I then got my friend to ask her out for me, which is a terrible thing to do. And then once she said no, and then it was all awkward, I just completely removed myself from her orbit. And I didn't realize this at the time, but I rebuilt that attraction because I completely removed myself from, because like we talked all the time. We were like, we more or less became friends. But I removed myself from her orbit, and because I was gone, it was just her, and she was looking for me, and I wasn't there. So then she started to chase me again, and she built up that attraction towards me, but I didn't reciprocate that same amount of attraction to her. So that meant that there was that indifference where she was chasing me. Never really did anything with that because I didn't understand that in that moment. But that is what can happen. I'm not saying that will always happen. It's very unlikely that will happen because once a girl thinks that you're kind of weaker than her, she will always remember you for that. She'll always just picture you for that. But sometimes if you do the right things, then you have another shot. Take yourself out of the situation completely. That will really help your chances with this girl. It will really build up her wonder about you. She'll be thinking about you like, I haven't spoke to him in a long time. What's going on with him? And that will build attraction. Or you can suppress your emotions if she's still into you, haven't messed everything up yet. You can suppress your emotions. She can, like, it could be like this right now. You haven't really gone above yet, but it's very level. You can just ease down, and then she's gonna be thinking all about you from there on. You might be thinking, well, why is this the case? Men and women have two different core fantasies. Men have the core fantasy of a stable life, a wife that loves them and cares about them and doesn't really feel the need to look elsewhere, and has a nice life. You know, they have financial stability, they have great children, and it's a loving family. That's all a man wants deep down. Whereas a woman, she wants the situation where she has to fix the man. There's something wrong internally with the man that she has to fix. Well, that is the way to really keep that mystery of, well, she has to fix him because you're showing that different level of attraction. You're showing less attraction, less interest in her than she is you. That will instinctively make her think, oh, well, I need to fix him. And she'll be more interested in you rather than another guy. Or other guys, whatever. This is how you keep or even build attraction, is to show that indifference, because she needs to fix you. She wants to fix you. So that's all she wants to do, is to fix you. That is a woman's, I say, core fantasies or core desire. Like a man's core desire is a happy and stable life. That's easy. But a woman wants a man that she has to fix. You might think, well, I don't want these girls that desire to fix a man. Well, boo-hoo. You don't get what you want in life, because if there are these types of women that don't feel like they need to fix a man, well, she might be a more masculine woman, or a very kind of level woman. She's level in her energy. She's feminine and she's quite masculine, by all means. But if you're a feminine guy, then you don't have to worry about this. But if you really want to be that masculine man who does the hard work, who looks good, who takes care of his family, not the woman takes care of the family, well, you are gonna have to toughen up and learn this truth and really accept it, because if you want a nice feminine woman, then this is the reality. You have to accept that and embrace it. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. It's been quite a long video, and I enjoyed making this. So if you have any suggestions that you'd like me to go over, maybe go into the woman's core desire more or something like that, comment down below or message me or whatever. And have a good day.